this morning, wanting to say to God, look at me. After all, just a few short weeks ago, Jesus told us that we must become like little children if we want to be counted among the worthy, eager to please our parent, our creator, our Abba God. This morning, that child within James and John is so desperately telling the parent, look at me. What Jesus is warning against in the gospel this morning is a temptation that is very real, very alluring, and very threatening. One that has a huge magnetic-like pull that can suck in even the strongest and the most innocent. One that can ruin someone who started out so well-intentioned, so sincere. He is warning against the allure of power, the attraction of power, and its extraordinary potential to take down even the purest of heart. It can shoot all too human frailty into the heady stratosphere where once good people so easily lose sight of their sense of decency, where once good people so easily lose their footing, their sense of purpose in what they are about. What I hear Jesus saying to his followers, both those who lead and those who follow, is don't go there. Don't even set a foot there. At the first inkling that it becomes about you and not about God, then you must pull back, reassess, and get your footing again. Remember who and what you are about. And it's not about you. It's about God. We have all seen the abuse of authority, how authority can so easily, almost mysteriously, transform itself into the love of power, and even more deadly, the love of control. It exists in families, in businesses, in government, and as we know only too well, in the church. It begins when a person gets some sort of perverted pleasure out of knowing he or she can control the well-being of another. If left unchecked, it could very well lead to physical abuse or sexual abuse. In contemporary language, Jesus is warning his disciples loudly and clearly, don't even think about it. Our gospel this morning is prime for pounding on the Catholic Church. I'm not going to do that. For those of us who are or were Catholic, which I think most, maybe all of us are or well, the connection is obvious. Catholic leadership has sadly, tragically ignored the "it shall not be that way with you," much to the ruination of the lives of many. The institution and preserving the institution became more important than the man for whom the institution was founded in the first place. I could go on for paragraphs, but I won't. The failure is obvious, period. Jesus' own ministry speaks, acts, and is the very essence of humility. He refers everything back to his Abba God. His authority comes not from him, but from his Abba. He teaches in the name of Abba God, saying what he sincerely believes God wants him to say. He cures people in the name of Abba God. His life, his ministry is not about him. It was never about him. It was always about someone else. He never forgets that, and he never lets others forget it either. One of the most poignant, most beautiful gestures in the ministry of Christ for me is when he washes the feet of his disciples. This is an act of pure humility. He knows he's only hours away from being arrested, and yet he manages to perform a servant's job for those who have faithfully remained with him. This is the enormous power of this man's humble servantship, that under duress, he performs a profound act of humility. This is the example he has set for all of us. Jesus does, in fact, wield power with recklessness and abandon. He wields the power of truth, the power of justice, the power of compassion. He wields the power of love in all its pain and all its glory. He wields power with recklessness and abandon when he touches the leper, dines with a notorious tax collector, and saves a prostitute from being stoned. Let that one among you without sin cast the first stone. This is reckless mercy. And to us, his followers, I hear him saying, it shall be that way with you.